Hello everyone, welcome to Math Online. My name is Troy Minogue. I will be your instructor for this course. My goal for today is to talk you through basically what we would be doing if we were in a face-to-face course on day one. Talk you through the syllabus, expectations for the course, how to submit homework, finding a proctor and how to sign up for a proctor, and then some of the resources that are available to you. So that is kind of an overview of what this recording is going to cover. Since you're listening to this recording, you've managed to get onto Blackboard and access the course, and you've clicked on the Start Here folder. Yours may look a little different than mine. I have access to editing the course, but basically yours will look something like this. You've clicked on the Start Here recording, and here we are. So let's click on the announcement right below it. The welcome announcement. It's the same announcement I've sent out to you, so you've seen this. It's just, I saved it so it's easy to access. I've saved it as a PDF so everyone can read it. Oh, by the way, I try to save all my documents as PDF. I work on both Macs and PCs. I have a Mac at home, I have a PC at work, and so PDF allows everyone to have access to the material without having to jump back and forth between formats. This welcome announcement is like a checklist. It allows you to go through and just know what's first, what's second, what do I need to do now. Kind of talks you through the various steps you need to follow. So take a look at that, and that'll help you, I think, quite a bit. Back here in this Start Here, or from the Start Here folder, I'm going to jump to the syllabus. Click on the syllabus, and you can see our course syllabus. This first part up here basically is the stuff the university tells me I need to put in my syllabus. Every professor has to put them in their syllabus. How to contact me. Notice my email is up there. That's the best way to contact me. I stated that in the letter I sent out to all of you, and it's in the welcome announcement also. But email, we're all busy. That's why we took class online. That's why I teach online. We're all busy. And so the email allows me to answer your replies or answer your questions at 12 o'clock at night, at 6 o'clock in the morning, whenever I happen to be available, and not worry about playing phone tag over and over again when we make phone calls. So email is definitely the fastest way, easiest way. If you contact me during the week, you can expect a reply within 24 hours, give or take a few hours. It won't be 4 days later, but don't hold me to the exact 24 hours. But as fast as I can, I will try to reply to you. I check my email once, twice, sometimes 3 times a day. Unless the fish are running, then it might be every 24 hours. So just expect something within 24 hours. If you contact me on the weekend, then expect something by Monday. Okay? And again, I may check my email on the weekend, I may not, but you can expect something for sure sometime Monday. So, first thing we need to kind of look at and talk through is homework. Just like in a face-to-face course, you will have homework. I try not to give a lot of homework problems. Therefore, if I were taking this course, I would do more problems than what I give you. The homework is simply a way for you to check and for me to check if you know what you're doing. I would try a few odd problems. This course is technically not textbook driven. However, I do basically follow the textbook that is in the syllabus, the one from XYZ textbooks, but it's not strictly based upon that. It's based upon the material that the university says is in a Math 055 course. With that being said, we have a recording for every single section in the textbook. So if you are struggling through the homework, access those recordings. Let me jump over to show you where those are located. If you go to the course content, and you'll see review worksheets, but Unit 1 recordings, just click on Unit 1 recordings, and I have Chapter 1, Chapter 2, etc. recordings. So if I clicked on Chapter 1 recordings, you can see I have a recording for every section. Some recordings are multiple sections, but some recordings are individual. It just depends upon how that section went. Try not to make my recordings more than a half hour or so. So if you had a question on section 1.4, it's not going to require you to listen through 20 minutes of information in order to get to the stuff that you want. With that being said, though, you also have the option of fast forwarding through stuff. So if you're listening to the recording and I'm making sense, that does happen sometimes, but I'm making sense and you're getting it, you can fast forward through it. However, if you are struggling and you need to hear it again, you can also hit pause, you can hit rewind, and you can listen to these recordings at your own pace. So there's a recording for every single section. Why we're doing this, and on the topic of recordings, I might as well jump over to the textbook. If you go to the address up at the top there, www.xyztextbooks.com, and you click on your textbook, you may have to create an account. I'm not sure. I have an instructor's account. I assume you have to have an account, so just follow that procedure of making an account. You make it a student account. So once you get into there, you have lots of resources. So up here, TOC at the top, you have a table of contents. I can click on that table of contents. It's not letting me click on the table of contents. Sorry. There we go. If I click on the table of contents, I can move between chapters and I can move between sections in every chapter. So notice chapter 1 is opened up and I have all the sections from chapter 1. 2 is not opened up, but 3 is opened up and I can open, or I can click on any of those sections. Notice they're also listed by topic, which is what I try to lecture on. I try to lecture based upon topic, not based upon section. So if I'm struggling with a topic, let's say it's graphing linear equations, I can click on graphing linear equations and the textbook shows up. I can scroll through here and I can use this as an online textbook. But notice on the right-hand side, we have some options. We have students who are doing a little mini recording of examples. And you can click on the author of our textbook, Mr. McKeague, and you can see his recording of or explanation of a particular topic. But I can also click on Betsy and listen to her recording, and there she goes, explaining the particular example. So that could be a good resource. Depends upon whether you like hearing other examples or not. And then Mr. McKeague also gives like I give on every single recording, a recording of the topic or an explanation of the topic. So there's some resources you can use if you find yourself struggling with the homework. The textbook website has some good stuff there, so maybe check that out. All right, so how do I submit my homework? Where do I go to get my homework? So if I go back to the same, to the home page of my course, and I click on assignments. On the left-hand side, click on assignments. Have Unit 1 assignments. Notice Unit 1 is made up of chapters 1 through 4. So if I want to do chapter 1 homework, I click on the chapter 1 homework. And these are all the problems I have to do. I don't need my textbook in order to do the homework. The homework is not from the textbook. The homework, well, there could be some questions I typed out of the textbook, but there could be some I made up also or grabbed from other places. This is your homework assignment for chapter 1. Print it out and do the problems. I highly recommend you not look at this as a multiple choice test. Okay, don't use the answers to help you get the answers. Treat this as a free response because that is what your tests will be, is free response questions. It will not have the multiple choice. So try the problem, and then once you're done with the problem, look at the multiple choice and select the correct answer. Okay? For homework, you can use your book, you can use your notes, you can use tutors, you can use your friend. Your friend could do your entire homework assignment for you. I'll never know until you get to the test, and then it'll be obvious. Okay? Make sure you do your own homework. Make sure if you're getting help from your tutor that you are going back and trying more problems after you get the homework done or before you get the homework done. The homework is simply a way of you checking to see, do I get it or do I not get it? You only know that, okay? So you could submit your homework and get 100%, And I think, oh, you're doing great. But you know that your tutor did the entire assignment for you. Again, that's totally fine. That gives you your homework points. But it's not going to help you for the test. Okay? Once you get to the test, you have to do it on your own. The 2 tests put together are 58% of your grade. If you can't do the homework, or if you didn't do the homework, someone else did it for you, and you get to the test, the chances are that's not going to go so well, and 58 percentage points is more than half of your grade. Do the homework if you can by yourself, as much as you can by yourself, but by all means, if you get stuck, get some help. And then go back and do some more extra problems. Okay, so I've cruised through, I've done all my homework problems, I've circled all my answers. So I'm doing question 1, I think the answer is C. Don't take my word for it. I think it's C, I think that's B, and that one's A, and I have all these answers circled. Okay? Now I need to submit that somehow. So how do I submit that? Go back to your Blackboard and click on Exams down here towards lower half of the test, or of the window. Notice we have this introduction quiz, which I'll talk about in a second. You have a homework quiz, Chapter 1 homework quiz. And I just click on that, and I start it. And notice it's just A, B, C, D, so I've clicked on this before. So I click on question 1B. Notice what just happened there. That was a good point. I'm glad it happened. At some point in time, somewhere back in the past, I was showing somebody how to use the quiz, and I clicked on question 1, question 2, and I put answers down. Notice they're still there. It saves them for you, so you can come back at another time and finish. So I have all these in, and I just keep clicking on whatever answers I think they are. And so I just keep cruising through here, and I just click on the answer that I had circled. And when I am done, notice it automatically saves the answer. Saved, saved, saved. Okay, so it saves the answer about 20 seconds after I click on it. Phone rings, my kid calls from school saying he's sick, I have to go pick him up. I can just X out of this and come back later, and all my answers have been saved. Okay? So once I submit my answers, once I submit my quiz, it will give you immediate feedback as to which ones are right and which ones are wrong. I then can go back in and fix the wrong ones and resubmit. And you have 2 attempts for every single homework. Take advantage of that. Do your homework early in the week, early in the homework period that you have, so that way you can submit it, then you can go back and fix, and then you can go back and resubmit. Don't wait till the night before or the night of and be rushing through it and have no time to resubmit or just be wildly guessing new answers. Use the homework as a learning tool, not as busy work. I do not like busy work. Use the homework as a tool to help you understand, do I get it or do I not get it? Next thing on that note, I'm cruising through all my homework assignments. And I'm doing all right, not feeling great, but I'm doing okay, getting some help, doing some on my own. But now I'm done with all my homework assignments, and I'm ready for the test. Or am I ready for the test? I don't know. Am I ready? So I'm going to go back to course materials. Course materials. Course content. Sorry, not course materials. Course content. And I have these review worksheets. So I click on the review worksheet. Unit 1, review. The Unit 1 review worksheet is what I've made up for you to give you an idea of what kind of questions you can expect on the test. Yes, the homework problems are good problems also, but there's, I don't know what there are, 200 and something questions. I can't put 200 and something homework questions on the test. So I have to narrow this down some. So the Unit 1 review is a good example of what you can expect on the test. So then I would just cruise through and I would do the Unit 1 review. For this one, I also have a Unit 1 review key. So you can go through then, and this is my work that I've shown. So I try to show my work. I can't show like everything, but I show as much as I can show. However, I also did a recording on this, like I'm doing right now, And there I do talk through the stuff I don't write down. Talk through my thought process as much as possible. And I talk through common mistakes that people make, and so you can see the review recording. If you are one that really wants to have a good idea of what to expect from the test, I highly encourage you to look at the review worksheets. They are, I won't say gold, but they are pretty important, pretty valuable. Those are there for you also. One more thing. If I go back to assignments, whoops, wrong button. If I go back to assignments, Unit 1, notice also down here at the bottom, there's an extra credit worksheet. The extra credit is a big deal. That is added directly to your test score. So let's say the first test, which it is worth 140 points. So your first test is 140 points. That extra credit, I believe there's 12, 13 points available. Can't quite remember exactly, but let's say let's make it easy. Let's say there's just 10 points available. So if there's 10 points and you get all 10 points, use your little math skills here. Every letter grade is 10 percentage points, so 10% of 140 is 14 points. If you missed 14 points on a test, you lost 10 percentage points. But now I'm going to add, if you get 10 points on the extra credit, 10 points back. Almost a full letter grade will be added to your test score, so your test score will bump up almost a full letter grade. I've seen many, many students walk away from Chapter 1 with over 100% because they did the extra credit worksheet. Okay? Highly encourage you to do the extra credit worksheet. If you say you're a horrible test taker, do the extra credit worksheet. Give yourself a little bit of a cushion. Plus the test is over 4 chapters. So that's a lot of material. I get it. That's a lot of material to remember. It's a midterm. It covers half the test or half the course. Do the extra credit. That'll help kind of balance that out. Okay. So that is basically the first, how you go through the first unit. Open up Chapter 1 homework, do the Chapter 1 homework, and submit it. Open up Chapter 2 homework, do the Chapter 2 homework, and submit it. And so on, all the way up to Chapter 4. So when is this due? So as I look through my syllabus, down at the bottom, I have, this is for my summer course, I have deadlines. Pay attention to the deadlines. Notice that at the bottom I summarize this part up on top, but I have deadlines. May 28th, from the week of May 22nd to May 28th, I'm working on Chapter 1, and I submit my homework by midnight, May 28th. Homework is due on Sunday night. Okay, so down here I also highlight that. May 28th is when Chapter 1 is due. June 4th is when Chapter 2 is due, and so on. Pay attention to those deadlines. Those deadlines are deadlines. Okay, something happens and you can't submit it, let me know ahead of time. The goal is for you to do the homework. Okay, but stick to the deadlines unless there's something crazy that happened that prevented you from doing the homework. Okay, and that happens. We got sick for the entire week. Kids got sick for the entire week. I don't know, things happen. But don't make those as excuses because it will come back to bite you. Course goes by very, very fast. May not seem like it at first, but it does. So get those homeworks done on time. So I've submitted all my homework on time, and notice there's a little bit of time in here. We have quiz number 4, or Chapter 4 homework is due by June 18th. I don't start on Chapter 5 until July 3rd. There's some time in there where I'm built in for you to review for your test. Notice though the testing window overlaps with the Chapter 4 homework for this particular unit. It doesn't for the next one, but it does. Oh yes, it does for the next one also. So the summer course is pretty short. The fall courses and the spring courses, there's not as much overlap. But excuse me, sorry if that just blasted your ears out. So just use that review time to review. So get your homework done on time so you have a week or so of review and take advantage of that. So now we've submitted all our homework, Chapter 1 through 4 for Unit 1, and I'm ready to take the test. So how do I take this test? Everything up to this point you've done at home or online somewhere. The chapter test, you have to get proctored for the chapter test. To find a proctor, I'm just going to do it like you could do it. Open up a new tab, and I'm going to search for UAA distance. I'm going to type in UAA distance learning. And I'm just going to hit enter. Notice I have these options. Oh, right there, proctored exam. One of the links is to proctored exams. So I can cruise down here and I can look on or open up the link for proctored exams. Scroll down here. Where'd it go? There we go. Requesting exams. I was looking right at it and couldn't see it. Requesting exams, UAA e-learning course. This is a e-learning course. Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I want. There we go. Click to request a proctor. I knew it was down there somewhere. Click to request a proctor. Requesting a proctor site. Fill out your name, fill out your ID number, your phone number, your email, all that good stuff. The important part. Choose a site. Select exam site. So I clicked on choose. If you are near one of these sites, notice there's lots. You can even take a test at the Homer Public Library or the Haynes Public Library. Okay, but if you're next to one of these main campus or branches of UAA, you can take your test there. It doesn't have to be approved, it already is approved. Okay, so you just click on, I'm going to click on KPC because that's where I'm at. I click on KPC, and now I can automatically just show up to the, once I schedule a test, which we'll talk about in 30 seconds, and I can go to the Keno River campus and I can take my test. Okay? However, what happens if I, down at the bottom, am not near one of the above locations? Look at the very, very bottom of that screen. I am not near one of the above locations. I decided to take, let's say this, for example, I decided to take this course and then I wanted to travel to Texas and spend the summer in Texas. Okay, so I take off and I go to Texas. I will not be near one of the above locations. So I click on that link right there and I click next, and it will walk me through how to go about finding a proctor. Easiest way to find a proctor is to find a community college down there, find a university, and they have learning centers where they always give, not always, most of them will give a test to somebody who's not at their school. It may cost you another $20 to do it, but they'll do it. Or you can go to the high school, or you can go to the elementary school, go somewhere where they have educators, and they will proctor or could proctor your test. Tell UAA who you want to use, and they will check them out, make sure they're not a relative, a friend, something like that, and then they'll send your test to them, and so on. Okay, so if you're not near one of the locations, that's okay, but you have to go through the process of getting a proctor approved. You are responsible for finding a proctor if you're not near one of the already approved university sites. Okay, if you're in Anchorage, Wasilla, all the different places that is listed on that above those above locations, you are totally fine. Once you do this for Unit 1, you do not have to do it again for Unit 2. You're good to go. All right, I want to go back. You also can schedule an exam. You can schedule an appointment. If you're at UAA, you can schedule an appointment there. If you're like KPC or one of the other branches, just give them a call. Actually, I think KPC at their website has an online appointment calendar where you can schedule an appointment also. Many of them do now, but I have not checked them all. Okay? Hopefully that wasn't too fast. I need to sign up for an approved proctor now, like right away, within the first week or two. The university likes it done within the first week or two, especially in the summer term. Okay, if we're in the summer term, there's only a 10-week summer term, so they want it done like right away. It's 15 weeks for the fall and spring, but still, within the first week or two, get that done. So I've scheduled my appointment. I show up for the test. Day of the test, Calculators are okay. Notes are not okay. This is what you know. So calculators okay. When you fill out the test, I really try to provide enough room on your test for you to do the work, but I know some of you, every year I have people who have to do it on a separate piece of paper. Okay, if you do, okay, I'd prefer it on the test. It's easier to grade. It's easier to make sure it all gets scanned in. I won't say every term. Many terms I've had someone turn in a test and their scratch paper not get submitted. Okay, if you use scratch paper, please attach it to the test. Tell them I need this submitted also, and that way I can give partial credit. Okay, if your answer is wrong, the answer is wrong, 100% wrong if there's no work to support what you did. If your answer is right, your answer is right. I'm not going to take off. Okay, but partial credit is huge. You may have made an addition error, and you got the number 75 instead of the number 2. I have no idea that just a simple addition error meant that you're 73 numbers off. Okay, so make sure you show your work. If you do it on scratch paper, don't just have random work all over the scratch paper. Number your problems, number your work so that I can find it easily. I'm grading sometimes 150 tests in one 3-week testing window. Okay, I have a lot of students. Really hard to search all over and spend 25 minutes grading one test when sometimes there's 100 tests. You can do the math. That's a lot of time. Okay, not that I won't search. I will, but it really is not fun. Okay, make it easy for me to find it, and things will be nice. I will totally appreciate it. I'll work hard for you. Please do the same for me. All right, I think we're okay on the test. Okay, so Unit 1 test is over. I send back your test. I don't send them back until after the testing window, because some people took it maybe the first week of the testing window, and some take it the last day of the testing window. I can't have those tests floating around out there until after the testing window. Okay, but I will send them back to you. They are marked up on my iPad. I use my iPad to score them. I have a nice app that allows me to annotate all over your tests. If you get your test back, I think it has to be opened on something that has a PDF. I believe people are having issues when they open up on their iPhone or things like that. Open up on a computer, and I think there'll be no problems with that. Once Unit 1 is done, repeat the process for Unit 2. All right. Oh, I think I missed one thing. This introduction quiz. The introduction quiz that I mentioned right here, you can take as many times as you want. It is due by the first week. I think it's the second week if you're in the fall or the spring, but the first week in the summer course. The goal of that is simply to make sure we both are on the same page of what the expectations are. It's just an introduction quiz to the course. Do you know what the expectations are? You can take it as many times as you want. I believe I even have all the answers given to you after the first time through. Please get 100% on that one. Okay, that's the whole point, is you are 100% sure of what's going on in the course. And just I give a few points for that. All right. I tried not to talk too fast. I think I've made it through everything. If you have questions, please ask. Don't wait until you're so far behind that you feel overwhelmed. Okay, my job is to be here for you. It is not a correspondence course where you're on your own. It's an online e-learning course. You have an instructor here to help you. Utilize me. All right, welcome. Have a great term.